Hey class, welcome back. So, I don't know about you, but I'm a label reader. Every time I go to the grocery store or I pick up an item, I scan the label, I read all the things, and I try to understand what it is that I'm buying and really what are they telling me when I look at these things. So here's one of my favorite flours that I buy all the time, King Arthur flour. Of course, as a good baker, you always have to look at the percent protein in it because that's what makes your bread really good. The higher the protein content, the stronger the gluten development. Okay, anyway, that's a different topic. So let's check this one out here. It says, on the side label here, it says, and it's 100% employee owned, better flour right from the start. It talks about traceability, certified seeds, monitored farming practices. They make no compromises. It's verified non-GMO. Wow, all these good things. This flour, the production methods of this flour really are in tune with. They really they're 100% employee owned. Here's another label that I was reading the other day, from my salt. I just thought salt was salt, but actually when you read the container here, it says it has sea salt, but it also has calcium silicate and dextrose and potassium iodide. What? But most importantly here, look at this, it says non-GMO. I had no idea that you can make GMO salt. I actually don't think you can make GMO salt, but there's probably nothing that vexes me more than when I go to the grocery store and I'm in the aisle and I'm trying to debate which can of tomatoes to buy. And of course, tomatoes are an important component in a lot of the things that I cook. Italian cooking has a lot of tomato-based sauces. And here's what I'm looking at right here. 2 cans, okay, apart from the fact that they're a different size. One of them just has a regular label. It's crushed tomatoes. By the way, this is really good. The other one here says that they're organic tomatoes, diced tomatoes. And they have this little seal right here, meaning that they're certified by the USDA. And if we take a look at this a little more carefully, we can look at the ingredients. Pretty simple stuff. It's got tomatoes, it's got some tomato juice, it's got some salt. And then they go through a whole list of things that this tomato purports to be. It's non-GMO. We're going to learn about GMOs in a couple of weeks. It's got no preservatives. Well, salt is a preservative, but okay, I get the point. It's gluten-free. Well, gluten comes from wheat. It better be gluten-free. These are tomatoes. It's vegan. Well, all right, they didn't add any animal-based products. Lactose-free. Well, I'm glad they didn't add any milk to this too. They follow sustainable practices. No high fructose corn syrup. Oh, all very good. Well, this one has the same ingredients. Tomatoes, water, citric acid. So what am I buying when I buy this organic product here? Why is it better for me? Is it healthier? Does it taste better? Honestly, these are really hard questions, and I don't really understand that when I look at these labels. What does this say about these products? Are these 2 products really different? Is one better for me? Does it taste better? Is it better for the environment? Is it better for the people who produce it, the farmers and the laborers who are there, who work these? Oh, look at this! I didn't even notice that. It has a little state of California right there. So they're actually from California. These tomatoes, and I know that this one costs more. So maybe that means something. So in this module, in the next couple of weeks, we framed it very simply as, should I buy organic? And we're going to go on a journey. There's this apparent dichotomy between organic and I guess everything else. Maybe the sometimes referred to as the conventional way of producing things. And we're going to try to get below the surface of this apparent dichotomy, break it down, understand the trade-offs associated with different production methods, different production approaches, or even philosophies. You can call it that. We're going to talk about growing crops. In the last module, we talked about plants and how they grow and some of the limiting nutrients and their relationships with soils and with the atmosphere and water. And we're going to make it a little more complex in this particular module. We're going to start looking at plants in the context of other organisms in the agroecosystems in which they operate, thinking about plant-plant interactions, herbivores, pests, things like that. And we're also going to get into this question about genetically modified organisms. We talked about plant breeding in the last module, and we're going to try to understand what is this controversy about genetically modified organisms, and why is it that these companies are making such a big deal about putting it on their labels. So throughout this module, what you really should be thinking about in this topic is looking at these questions, this apparently simple question, through an agroecological lens. Think about multifunctionality, think about ecosystem services that agriculture provides, think about the ecosystems that are actually producing this, the ecology of this particular system. And then think about the justice questions, the people that are living and participating in these agricultural systems, from the producers to the consumers as well. Looking forward to being on this journey.